Hello everyone and welcome back to Past Perfect. Throughout the centuries, Europe's kings have stood at the heart of empires, revolutions, and renaissances. They led armies that shaped borders, forged alliances that changed history, and built monuments that still stand today. Some were visionaries who brought progress and culture, while others ruled with fear and absolute power. Charlemagne, Henry VIII, Louis XIV, Peter the Great, names that live on in both history and legend. With historical records and advanced AI technology, we now bring their faces back to life, sharp, vivid, and full of presence. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Number 1. Charlemagne 742 Orikattingst. Born in 742, eldest son of Pepin the Short. In 771, after his brother's death, he became sole ruler of the Franks. Led over 50 campaigns conquering Lombards, Saxons, and parts of Spain. Expanded his realm across much of Western Europe. Issued capitularies to unify laws. Appointed missi dominici to enforce justice and curb corruption. Sparked the Carolingian Renaissance, promoting education, classical preservation, and monastic growth. Invited scholars to his court at Aachen. Crowned emperor in 800 by Pope Leo III, remembered as father of Europe shaping medieval Christendom. Charlemagne gave Europe unity, yet the next ruler would dazzle it with unmatched grandeur. Don't leave, history is about to shine brighter. Number 2. Louis XIV of France, 1638-1715. Born in 1638, Louis became king at age 4. His reign lasted 72 years, the longest of any European monarch. Centralized royal power and diminished the influence of the nobility. Built the Palace of Versailles as a symbol of absolute monarchy. Elevated France as Europe's cultural and artistic leader. Patronized the arts, literature, and fashion on an unprecedented scale. Fought costly wars, including the War of the Spanish Succession. Lavish spending and conflict drained France's treasury. Died in 1715, leaving France powerful but financially strained. Remembered as the Sun King embodiment of royal grandeur. Louis XIV, though, embodied splendor, but the next king would scandalize the world with desire and power. Stay tuned for the shock. Number 3. Henry VIII of England, 1491-1547. Born in 1491, second son of King Henry VII. Became king in 1509 after the death of his brother Arthur. Broke from the Catholic Church to form the Church of England. Sought a male heir through 6 marriages, 2 ending in execution. Expanded the navy and strengthened central royal authority. Promoted England's influence in European affairs. His reign brought deep religious division and political upheaval, executed rivals and those who opposed his reforms. Died in 1547, leaving a transformed English monarchy, remembered for power scandal and shaping England's religion. Henry VIII ruled with ambition and excess, yet the next monarch sought glory not in love, but in holy war. Keep watching. Number 4. Richard the Lionheart, 1157-1199. Born in 1157, third son of King Henry II. Became King of England in 1189 after his father's death. Led the Third Crusade, gaining fame for courage and chivalry. Negotiated a truce with Saladin, securing Christian access to Jerusalem. Spent little time in England, focusing on campaigns abroad. Taxed heavily to finance his military ventures. Captured and ransomed during his return from the crusade, continued defending his French territories until his death. Died in 1199 from a battle wound in France, remembered as a warrior king and crusading hero. Richard fought for crusades and honor, but the next ruler would transform an empire from within. Don't go anywhere. Number 5. Peter the Great of Russia, 1672-1725, born in 1672, co-ruled Russia from 1682 before becoming sole Tsar, determined to modernize Russia along Western European lines. Reformed the army, built a navy, and expanded territory. Founded St. Petersburg in 1703 as a window to the West. Centralized government and reorganized administrative divisions. Forced social changes including Western dress and customs. Defeated Sweden in the Great Northern War, gaining Baltic access. Harshly suppressed revolts in opposition to his reforms. Died in 1725, leaving Russia a major European power, remembered as a visionary but ruthless modernizer. Peter the Great forced Russia into modernity, but the next emperor inherited an empire stretched across continents. The story isn't over. Number 6. Charles V, Holy Roman Emperor, 1500-1558. Born in 1500, grandson of Ferdinand II and Isabella I, inherited Spain, the Low Countries, Austria, and the Holy Roman Empire. Ruled an empire where the sun never set, fought France, the Ottomans, and Protestant reformers. Devout Catholics sought to preserve religious unity, faced constant rebellion and financial strain from wars. Abdicated in 1556, dividing his lands between son and brother. Retired to a monastery in Spain. Died in 1558, worn by decades of conflict, remembered for vast power and relentless struggle to hold it. Charles V carried the weight of the world, but the next ruler would balance philosophy and the sword. Stay tuned. Number 7. Frederick the Great of Prussia, 1712-1786. Born in 1712, son of Frederick William I of Prussia, had a strict upbringing focused on discipline and duty, expanded Prussian territory through military victories, fought the 7 Years' War against major European powers, reformed laws, promoted religious tolerance, and supported the arts, corresponded with Enlightenment thinkers like Voltaire. His rule brought both military glory and human suffering. Prussia emerged as a leading European state. Died in 1786 after 46 years on the throne, remembered as a philosopher, king, and master strategist. Frederick the Great mixed wisdom with war, but the next king would live and die only for the battlefield. Keep watching. Number 8. Gustavus Adolphus of Sweden, 1594-1632. Born in 1594, ascended the Swedish throne in 1611. Skilled commander known as the Lion of the North. Reformed the military with innovative tactics and organization. Led Protestant forces in the 30 Years' War. Won key victories that shifted the war's balance. Boosted Sweden's status as a major power. Killed in battle at Lutzen in 1632. His death was a heavy blow to the Protestant cause. Remembered as a brilliant general and national hero, shaped the course of European warfare. Gustavus died a hero in battle, yet the next monarch would rule the world's richest empire. Don't leave. Number 9. Philip II of Spain, 1527-1598. Born in 1527, son of Emperor Charles V, inherited Spain, its colonies and territories in Europe. Ruled during Spain's golden age of empire. A devout Catholic who championed the Counter-Reformation. Faced costly wars, including the failed Spanish Armada. Expanded influence in the Americas and Asia. His reign saw cultural brilliance but economic strain. Tightly controlled governance from Madrid. Died in 1598 after decades of rule. Remembered for devotion, empire, and overreaching ambition. Philip VI clung to faith and empire, but the next king would lead England into glory and plague. Stay with us. Number 10. Edward III of England, 1337. Born in 1312, became king at age 14, deposed his mother's lover to claim full authority. Revived England's prestige through victories in France, won at Crécy and Poitiers in the 100 Years' War. Founded the Order of the Garter in 1348, encouraged chivalry and courtly culture. His reign also saw the devastation of the Black Death. Millions perished, altering society forever. Died in 1377 after 50 years as king, remembered for military glory and medieval resilience. Edward III brought victories and loss, but the next ruler would build a kingdom through marriage and discovery. Keep watching. Number 11. Ferdinand VI of Aragon, 1452-1516, born in 1452, married Isabella I of Castile in 1469. Together they united Spain under one crown, completed the Reconquista in 1492, sponsored Columbus's voyage to the New World, strengthened royal authority over the nobility, introduced the Spanish Inquisition, expanded Spain's influence across Europe, balanced diplomacy with decisive warfare. Died in 1516, leaving a unified and powerful Spain, remembered as a founder of modern Spain. Ferdinand II united Spain with force, but the next king would unite two crowns and survive deadly plots. Don't blink. Number 12. James VI and I, 1625. Born in 1566, crowned King of Scotland at age 1. In 1603, united Scotland and England under one monarch. Commissioned the King James Bible in 1611. Promoted literature and learning at his court, believed strongly in the divine right of kings, clashed with Parliament over royal authority, maintained relative peace in his kingdoms, survived the gunpowder plot in 1605, died in 1625 after 58 years as a ruler, remembered for uniting the crowns and cultural legacy. James VI and I gave England unity, yet the next monarch would bring laughter, fire, and charm. Stay tuned. Number 13. Charles II of England, 1630-1685. Born in 1630, son of the executed Charles the Thirster, lived in exile during the English Civil War. Restored to the throne in 1660, known as the Merry Monarch for his lively court. Faced the Great Plague and Great Fire of London, balanced politics between Parliament and monarchy. Religious tensions persisted throughout his reign, allied with France against the Dutch. Died in 1685 without legitimate heirs, remembered for restoration and royal charm. Charles II restored monarchy with flair, but the next ruler would conquer a whole nation with steel and fear. Don't leave. Number 14. William the Conqueror, 1028-1087. Born in Normandy around 1028, illegitimate son of Duke Robert I, secured his duchy through military skill and alliances. Invaded England in 1066, winning at Hastings, crowned king on Christmas Day that year. Replaced Anglo-Saxon nobility with Norman lords, introduced new laws, language, and governance. Conducted the Domesday survey of his realm, ruled with strength and heavy taxation. Died in 1087 after a riding accident, remembered for transforming England forever. William the Conqueror reshaped England forever, yet the next ruler would reshape Russia with blood and terror. Keep watching. Number 15. Ivan the Terrible, 1530–1584. Born in 1530, crowned Russia's first Tsar in 1547. Expanded the empire east into Siberia and southward. Reformed laws and centralized royal authority. Created the oprichnina to crush opposition. His later rule was marked by paranoia and cruelty. Executed nobles and devastated towns. Fought the costly Livonian War against neighbors. Married multiple times, often in scandal. Died in 1584, leaving a weakened Russia, remembered for both state building and terror. Ivan the Terrible built with cruelty, but the next emperor would rise as Europe's unexpected savior. Don't miss it. Number 16. Alexander I of Russia, 1777 to 1825. Born in 1777, grandson of Catherine the Great. Became emperor after his father's assassination. Defeated Napoleon's invasion in 1812. Helped reshape Europe at the Congress of Vienna. Early reign saw liberal reforms and modernization. Later, turned to conservative and religious policies. Ruled during a time of great political change. Balanced diplomacy with strong defense. Died in 1825 under mysterious circumstances. Remembered for victory over Napoleon and shifting ideals. Alexander I defeated Napoleon, but the next king would stand firm against the Nazis. Stay tuned. Number 17. Haakon VII of Norway, 1872–1957. Born in 1872 as Prince Karl of Denmark. Chosen as King of Norway in 1905. Resisted Nazi demands during World War II. Led the government in exile from London. Inspired national unity and resistance. Refused to legitimize the occupation. Returned after liberation in 1945. Guided Norway through post-war recovery. Died in 1957 after a respected reign. Remembered as a symbol of courage and integrity. Haakon VII inspired courage in war, yet the next monarch would gamble ambition in endless battles. Keep watching. Number 18. Christian IV of Denmark, 1577 to 1648. Born in 1577, became king at age 11. One of Denmark's longest reigning monarchs. Encouraged trade industry and exploration. Commissioned impressive buildings and fortifications. Fought in the 30 Years' War, suffered heavy defeats and financial strain. Patron of culture and urban development, founded new towns across his realm. Died in 1648 after 6 decades on the throne, remembered for ambition, resilience, and lasting influence. Christian IV dreamed of greatness, but the next king would prove his valor not in dreams, but in war itself. Don't go. Number 19. Albert I of Belgium, 1875–1934. Born in 1875, became king in 1909. Led Belgium during World War I. Personally commanded troops on the front lines. Earned respect for bravery and dedication. Promoted national reconstruction after the war, advocated social reforms and modernization, enjoyed strong popularity among his people, balanced tradition with progress. Died in a climbing accident in 1934, remembered as the soldier king and national hero. Albert I fought with his soldiers, yet the next ruler would guide a fading empire with calm steadiness. Stay tuned. Number 20. George V of the United Kingdom, 1865-1936. Born in 1865, second son of Edward VII, became king in 1910. Ruled during World War I and social change. Renamed the royal house to Windsor in 1917. Adapted monarchy to a modern era. Maintained stability during political unrest. Supported war efforts and national morale. Fostered ties with the Commonwealth. Died in 1936 after 26 years as king, remembered for duty's steadiness and adaptability. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Past Perfect for more history brought to life.